Hey, what's up everybody? Got a new video for you today. This is a new knife video, something I've been thinking about, and I wanted to kind of discuss 3 knives that everybody should own. So when I mean knives, I don't mean like a specific brand. So what my idea is that I think everybody should own at least one folding pocket knife, at least one small fixed blade, and at least one big fixed blade. And we're going to get into each of these, and then I'm also going to show you some alternatives to where if you're working on a budget, you can maybe buy them, a bit cheaper, because these knives that you're looking at right here are not cheap. But I'm going to show you some alternatives that you can pick up if you're just getting started, to at least get you used to carrying these type of knives. So the first knife that I have is going to be my fixed blade. Now, I have almost 300 knives, not specifically 300 folding knives, but altogether fixed blades, folding knives, things of that nature. This is the knife that I pick up when I want to do some hard use work. So like if I'm going on my farm, I've got a little small farm, and if we're going to do farm work, this is the knife that I'll pick up. It is my Spyderco Manix 2. I want to say this knife, when I bought it, was little over 200 bucks. This is a great knife. My only knock on this knife is I'm not a big fan of the locking mechanism on this. I really wish this had Spyderco's compression lock. However, this knife, I love this knife. This is it's definitely in my top 5 favorite knives that I own. And this is the knife, like I said, when I know I need a good knife that's not going to break, when I've got some hard use stuff I'm going to do. This is the knife I pick up. You can see there's a lot of wear on this knife. The second knife we're going to talk about today is a knife that is manufactured here in my state. So this is a company called Bonds Creek Knives. And as you can see, it's a small fixed blade. They sent this to me to do a review on, and I absolutely love this knife. I've been carrying it every day since they sent it to me. So typically what I carry during the day is I'll have this in my pocket. It comes with the Ulti clip, and I'll have this in my pocket, and then I usually have one of my Kershaw, my Kershaw Bel Air. That's every day. And then like I was telling you, if I'm going to the farm or going out into the woods, I will grab my Spyderco. And then last but not least is the big fixed blade. Now, I'm sure some are going to ask, if you carry knives, you know why I would say a big fixed blade. There are some things that the little fixed blade can do no, I said that wrong. There are things that the big one can do that the little one can do, but there's a lot more the big one can do that the little one cannot do. So this is a big Benchmade. This is the Bushcrafter 162, I believe. I bought this from a friend of mine, secondhand, and he used this for baton and wood. So you can take this and you can actually cut lumber with it. Not lumber, but like logs for splitting wood for a fire. So this would be something you'd want to use for bushcrafting stuff. If you are going to be stuck in the wild, for a week at a time or even a weekend, it's good to have a real good fixed blade. You've got that full tang and that real thick, so it can take a beating. So when you start, you stick this into a piece of wood and you take another log and smack it to cut your logs down to start your fire, it's not going to break. Now, that's not something you would want to do with this. Now, with the big blade, you could cut small stuff for kindling and shavings to get the fire started, and you can do that with this as well. However, you're not going to be batoning wood with a little fixed blade. So those are my 3 as far as what I think you should have. Now, again, I'm not pointing out any specific brand. I'm just talking about a folding knife, a small fixed blade, a large fixed blade. And I'm going to show you some options. This is just some random ones I pulled out of my box. Let's set these aside for a second. Now, if you're on an extreme budget, all of these knives I picked up on Temu. I want to say, I think they were under 20 bucks a piece, maybe under 30 bucks a piece. I want to say this one was the most expensive one. I'll put a link down in the description if they're showing available. A lot of times when I go back to look after I bought a knife on Temu, a lot of times it's not showing available. I'll put a link in the description, and you can use my promo code. I am an affiliate with Temu. If you use my links, it does help the channel. I do make a small commission off of it that I turn right back around and buy new knives or more gear to show you guys here on the channel. I got a lot of fishing stuff I got to show this year. I've got some camping stuff I'm going to show you guys this year that come from Temu. Yeah, so let's get into it. So again, these are just kind of random that fit the criteria of what I'm talking about. So the first one is this folding knife. Now, I was not familiar with the design. Someone told me this is from The Legend of Zelda. I played Zelda, like the very first one on regular Nintendo. Haven't played it since, so I was not aware. I thought it was the Thunderbird from Native American mythology is what I thought it was. It looked like 2 feet, and the Thunderbird is what I thought it was. This is a really, really good looking knife. It says it's 3CR13 steel. You can't go wrong with most steels nowadays. You're going to have some that's going to get corrosion and rust real quick on you. So that's the big difference in steel is how corrosion resistant they are and how well they keep an edge. So if you buy a knife without the greatest, if it's cheaper and it doesn't have the greatest blade steel, just means you may have to sharpen it more often, or it may be quick to rust. I'm not real familiar with 3CR13 steel. I think it's like a stainless steel. So it probably will get some oxidation or start rusting on you, but should be easy to sharpen. And, a couple whacks on the old work sharpen, you should be able to sharpen it back up. So this was just a random assisted, so it is assisted opening. It's got a really good action, and you can see where it hits that spring. The next one, and this is one I'm actually really happy with. This is a small fixed blade. This thing is razor sharp. I did the old sharpness test here the other day and shaved all the hair off my arms. I love the orange. So my thoughts when I purchased this was this would be something great for like a field dressing knife. Something I could go in. It doesn't matter if it gets a little bit bloody, things like that. And then it's orange, so if I drop it, I can find it easily. So this is DC53 steel. There's the maker, if you're familiar with that maker at all. But this is a really, really good knife, and I really, really like this knife. It's a little bit hefty, but not too hefty. And I think I'm going to swap this out for an ulti clip so that I can actually carry this down in my pocket and not out on my belt. And then the last one, when I ordered this knife, I thought this knife was smaller, and I don't know that you would really use this one for batoning wood like the previous knife that I showed you. So this one may not be the best if you're going to be, cutting wood that way. But as far as a big fixed blade knife, it feels good in the hand. It's got this rubber coating or rubber handle, so you get a good grip. It's got that almost like spider scale texture to it, and it feels real good in the hand. I believe it is a full tang. Yeah, you can see it goes all the way back here, and it's just a really, really good knife. You could use it definitely for like skinning off, whittling out some, like the small stuff off of not bark, but the small stuff off of a tree. So kindling and stuff, so you can get your fire started. I can't think of what the word of, we'll call it kindling, but it's not kindling. It's like the shavings off of a tree. So this would work great for that. I mean, you could still use something like this to field dress an animal with, or I think this would probably be even better for skinning an animal with. Once you have it field dressed and hanging up and skinning it out. This manufacturer, there's a lot of their knives on Temu, and I really, really like this knife. I've not carried it much other than I've used it a couple times to open some boxes, and I've done some paper tests and cardboard tests just for videos and things. But that's pretty much it. It does come in this sheath. It does have a place where you can put a fire rod in it, or, a ferro rod, a ferro steel. And that's it, you guys. You tell me, what are some things that you recommend? The only other thing that I would say that doesn't fit in the knife is I also recommend a multi-tool, but that's another video for another day. So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to talk about the 3 knives that I think everybody should own. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments. If you don't agree with me, let me know down in the comments. If you've watched this far in the video, I really would appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're watching the channel and you're not subscribed, obviously subscribing to the channel really helps us out. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.